Hi everyone, it's Jenna and welcome to my channel Divine Direction. In this video we are doing the weekly soul self-care spread and for the week of February 28th to March 6th. So this week we are still talking about our passions as expected, and this video we're going to be talking about making room for these passions and making room for guided space, and I'll explain that. So quickly, I'm just going to say that I'm receiving that some of you still really need to make time so that you can spend time alone, whether in the quiet or spending time doing your passions, okay? The biggest message that I'm receiving here today is that you need to make time for yourself so that you can receive these messages. So if you're making room for the guided space, that's going for a walk by yourself, that's meditating, that's reading a book in the quiet, or just quietly doing an activity. When there's so much noise around us, the television, other people, it can be very distracting and very difficult for us to hear the messages that our spiritual team are sending us. So you are being strongly encouraged this week and going forward. This is a very important message for your journey, is to take the time. So make room in your schedule to have some quiet moments so that you can better listen to your intuition. So if we make room for the things that we enjoy doing, and if we make room for this guided space, that's when we can start taking the next steps. So last week we were speaking about the path. There's a bit of a path being shown to us, but we still don't know how to get from there to our dreams and our goals. And they're still saying you don't need to know the whole story. You don't need that crystal ball. You don't need to go to a psychic. You don't need to know what's going on. You just need to take the next step. And you are strongly being encouraged to take the next step. So the imagery that they're showing me, and this might fit for some of you, because I'm seeing a spool of thread. So some of you might be into sewing or fashion. And if you are, this is an encouragement for you to keep it up or to dust off your sewing machine and start again. But what they're also showing me is if you are sewing together, say, a blazer, okay? There's all these different pieces that you need to put together. And what they're doing is if you start following your intuition, if you listen to what they're sending you, they're only going to send you a piece of that blazer at a time. So you're not going to know exactly what you're making, but when they send you the next piece, you'll intuitively know where it goes. And once you've completed the sewing for that project, in this metaphor, the next piece will begin to arrive until all the pieces are together and you have this beautiful new blazer and you've reached your goal. So what they're saying is that to get to the next step, because they're only going to show you these things in pieces, is you have to have that quiet time. And as I said, you can go for a walk, you can meditate. If you have family and work, you're busy, I understand. I totally understand. Life gets busy. But can you carve out 15 minutes to be in the bathroom by yourself and maybe have a bath? And I know that can be difficult if you have little kids, especially. But is there a way that you can just take a little bit of time for this guided space? See, we know that you're busy. That's what they're saying. We know that you're busy. But what would you rather be doing? So if you are working a job right now, maybe you're not the most thrilled with it. Maybe you're tired of being so busy, doing things that don't inspire you. What would you rather do? Make the time for this guided space so that your spiritual team can lead you to what you're truly meant to be doing, something that you would truly love doing. Or do you want to keep saying, well, I can't do it. I can't make this space. Eventually you will, because eventually you will be longing. Your soul is longing for you to start taking these steps. And they're strongly encouraging it. And I know in my life and the people around me, there's a lot of people that are taking those steps right now, that are immersing themselves in their creative projects, just being inspired. And it's really wonderful to see. And I just hope, I would love to see a lot of other people doing this as well. And so would our spiritual teams, right? So you don't need to know the whole story of where you're going, but to get there, you need to make room for that guided space. It doesn't matter what you want. That guided space is going to help you. That quiet, alone time where you can receive the messages. Here's the thing, if you make time for that, the messages become easier to receive. So you could be later on watching TV and receive an inspired nudge to do something. You could be out with your kids when something just pops in your head, okay? But you have to be listening to receive these messages. It will get easier. And you'll know when it's an inspired, intuitive nudge. You know what's best for you. Your spiritual team knows what's best for you. So it's time for us to take the next steps. Okay? All right. I hope everyone enjoyed their last week, and I hope you enjoy your next week. And hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.